What's up, everybody? This is Lance with the Health and Real Estate Podcast, and I have a cool guest with me today. I met her at Bold, which is one of the top real estate training in the world, which we're going to talk about that in a second. And I was also super inspired by her door knocking challenge, so I want to talk about that. But before we do, I'm gonna just bring it to you, Sharon, and tell the people a little bit about you.
Do I move this up here? How do I get this?
Is that good?
Yeah.
Good enough?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay. Yes, super excited to be here, by the way. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes.
So wait, what about it?
Tell people who you are. Name, how you got into real estate, just what do you offer?
Okay. So I'm Sharon Acosta. I've been in the business for the past 3 years. I started at an office in Downey. That's where I built my business for the first year and a half, built my foundation, and then decided to make the big move to Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Very nervous to make that move, but it was great because within my first month or so, I sold my first $4 million home. So it was a great jump. Yeah. But yeah, and then now have been in Keller Williams, a part of the Keller Williams environment for the past year. So it's been great.
Awesome. And you're at the KW Beverly Hills office, right? Awesome. Yeah. And so we met, what was it, like 3 months ago? In August.
Yeah.
So we met at Bold. For those of you that don't know, you just want to hop into Bold now?
Okay.
Bold gets me going. So
I know.
Was that your first Bold?
It was my first Bold. I had heard so much stuff about it. When I had just joined the office, it was right about the same time that they were going to start Bold. I wasn't fully immersed into Keller Williams yet, and so I didn't know what it was all about, and I was kind of scared to make the investment. So this year, having been, a part of the office for a while now, I made the decision to just go to the first session, which is free.
Bold decision.
I made the bold decision, yes. And honestly, I made the decision to join Bold because I was already looking for ways to better my business. So I was looking into either joining a team, switching offices, or just getting coaching in general. And I, out of all those three, I had already kind of been making a decision on which. But when I joined that first session for Bold, Coach David was amazing and really caught me. I was like, oh my goodness, okay, I'm just going to pay that $800 right now. Yeah. And it worked out. And I am so happy that I did it because it was a really intense 6-7 weeks of just full on,
Yes, it is. It is very transformational. That was my fourth time doing Bold. So I try to do it every single year.
Yeah.
And this year was the last Bold of the old curriculum. They actually just created a new curriculum. They're launching next year. So I am super excited for that. And we'll definitely be doing Bold again. I try to do it every year.
That's awesome.
Really I try to do it in the fall because you end the year right and you set the next year up for success.
Yeah.
So everyone listening are probably like, what the heck is this Bold thing they are talking about?
Yeah.
And I always forget what it stands for. Do you remember is it business? I think it's business, objective, life by design.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
We'll go with that.
Yes. No, I want to say that's
This
true.
is objective, life by design. I think that's what Bold stands for, but it is like the flagship training for Keller Williams. They've won awards for it. It is the top rated training for real estate agents. And honestly, it's just really good top rated training for anybody in sales or entrepreneurship. Yeah. It's kind of geared towards real estate.
Right.
And if I had to describe Bold, I would say it's like if Tony Robbins created a real estate course. Because it's like, got some like mindset stuff, very motivational, but then very real estate related.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a Tony Robbins real estate course.
I love that.
It's your own fire.
Great description for sure.
Yes. So that's kind of what Bold is. It was your first experience. You made the investment.
Yes, I made the investment.
So day one, David sold you on Bold.
Yeah.
And then going into it, what did you kind of expect, or what were you thinking?
Okay, so with Bold, there is an incentive. If you are able to close 2 deals, right,
Mm-hmm.
within 6 months of making that first investment, then you can get refunded.
Mm-hmm.
And so that really caught me all right, I need to get on it. I want to get my money back.
Pushes you, right?
Yes.
Money motivated.
Absolutely.
Incentivize us.
Woo. So I was all fired up. I was like, okay, I think I could make this happen. And honestly, during the first half of the year, I wasn't really doing much. I got caught in my head a lot, and I kind of stopped prospecting for a little bit, and I don't know, business was slow. So this was a really a way to push me and get me going. And so with Bold, you have to meet certain things during the week.
Yeah, they give us homework.
Yes,
Hold us
homework
accountable.
every week. Make 100 contacts. You have to, journal every day.
Mm.
And then what else do we have to do?
Each week there's different specific homework tasks, but the main thing was to make 100 contacts a week, so 20 a day.
Yeah.
And they break it up. There was maybe 80 people in our Bold session.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And so there's different tables, and there's different. Each table have 8 or 9 or 10 people, and so each table has a table name. You remember yours?
Oh, yeah.
And also each table has a captain and a co-captain to help hold the table accountable. So there's a lot of accountability. Everyone's holding each other accountable, making sure you're hitting your numbers, doing your homework. So what was your team name?
So we were called the LA Dream Team.
LA Dream Team.
And
we also do chants for our table when we report our numbers. For your chants.
Okay, so we are the LA Dream Team. We choose motion over emotion, faith over fear, and what we focus on expands.
I love it. A lot of those sayings sound very familiar.
Yeah.
Are those Bold laws?
They are.
Awesome.
But it's kind of tweaked a little bit.
Tweaked a little?
Yeah. But we honestly chose that because for everyone in our group, it kind of resonated with the
Definitely.
bit. So in my group, I was a co-captain. And
yeah, when you're a captain or co-captain, it really raises your standard, and you have to be super accountable.
Absolutely. And
did it push you to the next level?
Yes.
Have you ever done anything like that?
No, but I was excited about that because I knew that I was going to hold me accountable even more. So being called captain, I was expected, of course, to lead by example and, hit my contacts. That wasn't an issue at first. So while I was doing Bold, I made the commitment to also start my own challenge, which was the door knocking challenge. And I decided that I would hit 50 doors every day for the next 50 days. And I didn't get to finish it all, but I did it for 2 weeks, and it was intense because, having to, walk every single day, my feet were hurting. And also I was kind of fed up with it because after a point, you're kind of saying the same thing and you're getting rejected for the most part, you're getting rejected for the most part. So it was kind of dismotivating for a little bit, unmotivating for a bit. But it was also pushing me because I was hitting my contacts every week.
Yes.
It
got you into momentum.
Yes.
And past some fears and stuff like that.
Yeah. But after a bit, I did kind of fall off. There was only 1 week that I didn't hit that 100 contacts. Every other week I did well.
It's all about progress over perfection.
Yeah. But honestly, it was a great experience. I loved being able to motivate my team and check up on them and see how everyone is doing. It was very great. Loved the experience. Honestly, I would recommend it to anyone who's in Keller Williams or an agent barely starting out, even if you're experienced. I've been doing this now for 3 years, and honestly, I would I would take it again. I would be like you. I would
Take it every year.
every year,
Because
absolutely.
every time there's different coaches,
Yeah.
so they each do it slightly differently, and they tell the stories differently and have different tactics.
Yeah.
And it's just a good refresher. Like, if your favorite movie, you've seen it more than once, right?
Yeah.
Your favorite
For
book, you
sure.
probably read it more than once.
Yeah.
So same thing with the bold is like, it's not a one and done thing. So it is amazing. And I also want to tell you, I don't know if I did tell you, but like your little door knocking challenge, when I saw you doing that, like on Instagram, that like lit me up and helped inspire me and more motivate me. Like I just get, yeah. It was very contagious. Like I love energy, and like I could tell people's energy. And I think that's why we connected.
Yeah.
And just because you were like going out and going after it. So like that also helped motivate me, and probably motivated so many other people that haven't even told you, just seeing you out in action. Because door knocking is not fun. So for those of you that don't know what door knocking is, it's a term in like sales or real estate. So a lot of real estate, most people don't know this, but you have to lead generate to get business.
Yeah.
And a lot of brokerages kind of preach the two same old methods is door knocking and cold calling, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So I always preach and teach people, find like 2 to 3 lead generation strategies that fit your personality.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of ways to do it. Just find ways that fit your personality. But one door knocking hack that I learned is, so we used to do a lot of open houses,
Okay.
and door knocking for an open house isn't as bad as just randomly door knocking a neighborhood, but we took it to a next level. So a lot of last year we did open house food drives. So what we did was we would door knock like the day or two before our open house.
Yeah.
And we would get like 200 paper bags from Trader Joe's. And then we would also create a open house food drive flyer. And half the flyer was like information for the food drive. And then the other half was information for the open house. So we would door knocked a block or two around the neighborhood of the open house. And we would invite all the neighbors. And we would tell them, we would invite them to the open house. And then we'd give them the Trader Joe's paper bag and be like, this is also a food drive, so donate any canned goods, non-perishables, and you could either drop it off at the open house, or you could call and text us, drop it off on your front porch, we will come pick it up, and then we would just collect it all that day and then donate it to a local food drive the next day.
I love that.
So we would, every week, we would end up donating like 50 to 100 pounds of food each week. And our open houses were popping because we would have 5-10 neighbors show up with bags to donate.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love.
So that's like, and it makes it more fun and purposeful to do that. And people are so much more receptive during the food, like open house food drive. So I've door knocked before. No, I don't. When someone knocks on my door, I'm gonna be a little dismissive. I just want to. My home's my sanctuary.
For sure.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But I one time I was door knocking and we were doing a food drive, and he opened the door. I was like, "Hey, it's Lance with Vegan Realty." And I was just about to say something about the food drive. He's like, "Oh, you're a real estate agent? I'm not interested." I was like, "No, we're doing a food drive." And he's like, "Wait, you're doing a food drive and you're an agent?" I was like, "Yeah, see the food." And I showed him like the bag and the flyer.
Thank God.
And this is literally what he said, word for word. He said, most real estate agents are douchebags. You guys are cool for doing a food drive. I like you guys, and ended up donating.
That's awesome.
So yeah, but he was so like rude and like, dismissive at first. His whole attitude did a 180 when I said we're doing a food drive. So that's just a little hack if you all want to door knock or
That's a good one.
do that for your open house.
That's a great one.
Yes. So back to your challenge, because I know door knocking is not fun.
No.
So I went on a little tangent.
No, I love that. That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Even for me. When I was door knocking, I was pretty much just door knocking. I was actually door knocking different areas at that time. I wanted to hit different areas based on the fact that if I was going to be doing an open house, inviting them to the open house, or an area that I wanted to farm. But yeah, I mean, I had to get, how do I say it? I had to get knowledgeable on the area and figure out, what what has sold. That's pretty much the reason why I door knock. I just kind of say, hey, there's a house that just sold in the neighborhood. I'm just curious if you are also considering making a move yourself. So yeah, in that challenge, I think I spoke to probably over 100 people,
Awesome.
which is great. Yeah. And I picked up a couple of leads. So with door knocking, it's not you know this probably, but like, even with any business, it's not right away. It's nurturing. They're gonna take
Build a relationship,
Yeah.
follow up.
Yeah. And a lot of people ask me if it actually works or if I've gotten business from it. And yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love door knocking. I personally prefer door knocking rather than cold calling.
I'm not a cold caller.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm an in-person person.
Yes.
So
Yeah, see that. Once they meet you, they're like, okay, I think I want to work with you.
Well, same with you.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I would say I think it's a great way to get business.
Definitely. And any lead generation strategy works if you work it consistently. So that's why it's just important, like, find what fits your personality.
Yeah.
So I know you were doing the door knocking and you didn't do the whole 50 days, but it got you in momentum.
Yeah.
You learned a lot, got some leads. Well, are there certain other like lead generation strategies that do fit your personality that you do like in doing?
I love doing open houses because that's just another way of meeting people. And I've just started incorporating networking.
That's the best. Just build genuine relationships over time. It
Yeah.
takes longer, but it's better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just a lot more, it's just great. It's a fun way. It almost feels like you're not even working.
You're just making new friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just make new friends.
Yes. And so this year, one of the things that when I was looking for new ways of just networking or like meeting new people, I was trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to meet new people, but also do something that will kind of get me into working out or whatever. And so, but run clubs have gotten really trendy this year. And I've noticed that some of my friends started running, and I was talking to a friend and we were trying to my friend is a lender, and she was telling me like, hey, you should go to networking events. I was like, yeah, you're right. I should definitely do that. And so while I was, figuring out some ideas of what I can do to network, I thought, hey, why don't I join a run club? I think
Were you a runner before that?
No.
No.
Oh my goodness. So I couch potato to literally running 3 miles.
Wow.
It was intense. I was dead like many, many days. Honestly, I was like bedridden. I was like, I'm never doing this again. But I loved it. It was an amazing experience. I've been doing it now consistently for the past, I don't know, since July.
Every week or
Every week.
Yeah.
Every week. And it's
How many miles is it the WeHo one?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
How many miles do they do?
They do 3 miles.
3 miles. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it was a great way to get into running because I don't think I could have started with more than that.
Is there do they get about similar numbers as the Venice Run Club?
You guys have a huge.
Yeah, it's wild.
I mean,
I got stuck in traffic one time behind
Yeah.
them, and it took 20 minutes. There's so many of them.
No, I know. I was jealous. I went there once and I was like, wow. And everyone is so good looking. I'm like, goodness gracious. You guys are all intimidating with your like perfect bodies. I know, but I'm like, dang, okay. Like, I got to step it up. I can't be wearing like, I don't know. It was like almost a fashion show there too. Everyone was really, really good. But no, we're a lot smaller and it's a little bit more intimate, which I love because I feel like I can actually get to know people.
Definitely.
And the founder, her name is Hannah, and she's actually a commercial broker. Awesome. I didn't know that until I started following her. But so she built this community and it's grown so much. I think it's only been a year or two. And yeah, I mean, every week we start, we introduce new people and they get to, introduce themselves. And after we do our run, we kind of hang out for a bit. Sometimes we have social events, so we get to meet people a lot more. And yeah, it's just a great way of getting fit, but also meeting new people and getting my business out there too.
There you go. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
Especially because you're getting healthier while, building relationships and all that.
Yeah.
That's another thing I tell agents is a lot of people think they have to keep their business separate from their passions.
Yeah.
So whether you're in real estate or any kind of sales or any business, like you can combine your business with your passion.
Yeah.
And you can lead generate that way, and it makes it way more fun. So
that's how you did it.
Yeah, so that's how Vegan Realty started. We just combined our business with our passion. And also we have a mission behind it because we donate $1,000 to animal rescues every time we help someone buy or sell a home. So it's more mission driven and purposeful, and it motivates you more when you do it that way. And it's just more fun,
Yeah.
So
I love it.
combine your business with passion, like how now you're a runner. No,
runner. I had no idea I was going to be a runner. I'm like, okay, wow. And it's honestly motivated me to run my first marathon this year, in March coming up.
That is awesome. Which marathon?
LA Marathon.
LA, it's in March. Okay.
So
you're training for that?
I'm excited. Yeah.
That is super exciting.
I've always wanted to do a marathon.
Couch potato to
literally, right.
In less than a year.
Yes. And I'm so excited. That's literally what I love about these run clubs, because it helps you kind of stay consistent. And yeah, it just motivates you because you have your friends. And so you kind of want to hang out with them. And that's literally what has kept me going every single week.
Yeah. And again, the run club kind of creates consistency, but also accountability too. Because you don't want to let your friends down.
Right.
And then you want to keep pace with your friends.
Yes.
Because I'm not a runner at all, but I've done the Venice Run Club maybe 4 or 5 times.
Right.
And that was the longest I ever ran in my life. I'm not an endurance.
Miles.
Yeah. I'm not an endurance runner, endurance athlete. I'm more like basketball, football. You like sprint and then you kind of stop.
Yeah.
So long distance running, 4.5 miles. I was like, I can't do that. But when you're with a group and everyone's doing it together, it just, I don't know, motivates you, holds you accountable. So it's more fun that way too.
Yeah.
Like if I was doing that alone, I would have stopped, I would have walked, I would have quit. But no, you have the community and the accountability.
And that's exactly what I love. Like, you're surrounded by people that are like-minded. They're there to also get fit, have a healthy lifestyle. And that's kind of how I try to surround myself with, like, in business, in general, like in life. I try to be around people that are good energy, like yourself. And just, be around people that are motivating, and just like hardworking and
definitely.
hustling.
What you're saying is you don't want to be around couch potatoes. Coming from an ex-couch potato.
No. If you know what, though,
you could be a couch potato after run club.
Yes, absolutely. And that's honestly what I am.
You got to earn your couch potato-ness.
Yes. I'm so lazy after running. I'm like, I'm done. I did my part.
Awesome. So I hate running. Before you started Run Club, did you enjoy running? Or
No.
I think people who run are crazy. Like I try to get into it because I know there's so many, not just like physical health benefits, but I hear there's a lot of like mental health benefits.
Yes.
But I've never been a runner. I don't see myself ever being a runner, but I work out and run like sports and stuff like that. That's how I get my cardio in.
Yeah.
So did you have a love for running?
No.
Or have you developed one now?
Yeah. When I was in high school, I like in PE, I was like the fastest runner.
Hey, so was I.
Hey.
But it was like sprinting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was not a sprinter, but okay. People would say I was fast. And then when I actually tried out for like cross country and track, I sucked. Everyone was like so much like faster than me. I'm like, oh, so I'm not actually fast. Okay. So I actually didn't make it. And now I'm living my life as a runner. So I'm like, hey, even though I got rejected in high school, now I'm actually pretty much a cross country runner. But no, so I actually started this because I was paying for my Planet Fitness gym membership. And I had gone months without even going to the gym. And I needed to cut down on some expenses. Mm-hmm. So I decided to just cancel my membership. And I told myself if I was going to ever get my gym membership back, I need to commit to myself, and I have to prove to myself that I will actually be consistent in working out. So I said, okay, what can I do to get consistent? And that's when I decided, okay, well,
Run club.
the run club. Yeah, it's free, and why not? I mean, you get to meet people, and yeah. So that is literally the reason why.
So if someone asks you if you're a runner,
Yes.
say yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, good. Because so now it's part of your identity.
Yeah.
So you are a runner.
Yeah.
Where before that it wasn't your identity.
I don't even know what my identity was.
Couch potato.
Couch potato. Yeah.
Now runner. So that's awesome that now it's part of your identity. Like you don't even have to think about it. It's just a habit. For me, that's not my identity. I'm not a runner.
Yeah.
But I just asked that because
Mhm.
I went to there's this vegan meetup and they do
Good.
vegan fitness event. He does different events or different like styles of workout every now and then. And one was a run. So we did a 5K run. And again, I'm not a runner.
Yeah.
So I go there and I was asking some of the people, I was like, oh, are you runners? Do you run regularly? And 2 people are like, no, I'm not a runner. I was like, oh, when was the last time you ran? They're like, I only run like 5 miles a week, twice a week. I'm like, you're a runner. I'm like, I haven't ran in like a mile in 4 months. Like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
but 2 people said that. I was like,
That's so
they don't, it's weird because they don't see themselves as
creative.
runners, but they are. They just think like, oh, I'm not a marathon runner. I guess they see it at a different level, but to everyday people, they're a runner.
Maybe
You're running 2-3 times a week,
yeah,
a couple miles a day.
for sure. I think maybe they think because they're not racing, they're not officially runners.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I mean, like you said, like as long as
I would
like,
consider them a runner. Yeah.
Right.
Running once a week,
Yeah.
we're a runner.
right, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying, are you an Olympic runner? I was just like,
You're-
do you run?
Yeah. Exactly. Ah,
Soul Run Club. Very, very glad you did that. And you went to Venice Run Club the 1 week I didn't go when I was like in it. So
know.
we just missed each other.
Southern Club.
I was consistently doing it like 3-4 weeks in a row. And I missed a week, the week you showed up.
Yeah.
And I went another week, but I haven't done it in a few months. Because, again, I'm not a runner.
We should go.
But we'll see.
I'll be in the back with you. Everyone there is so fast. I got left behind.
They are.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll just stay back here. It's cool.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
I want to get back to Bold.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So you were the team co-captain on your table,
Yes.
and you had your table name LA Dream Team,
LAG.
and you had your bold chant.
Yeah.
My bold table, it was the leadership table, so we were the bold leaders, and our chant was, "We are making bold waves." We would do the waves. Also, it was really funny. So at Bold, there's like 8 or 9 different tables. Everyone has their own chant and whatnot. Where our table was, my table, there's only 3 of us at my table. Every other table, there's like 8, 9, or 10.
Oh, it was fun.
And then one guy at our table didn't even come half the time. So there's like 2 of us. So I wanted like a 10-person wave, but there's a 2-person wave. So I started recruiting everyone else at Bold,
Oh my
and
gosh.
by the final week, all 8 tables were doing the wave. So it was fun. All right. So with Bold, what were some of your favorite things at Bold? I know it's 7 weeks long.
Yes.
It's 1 full day a week. So we're there from 8 a.m. to
9.
9 a.m. to like 2:30, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6-7 hours. We're there. It's a long day, and it's intense.
Whole
Like,
class. Yeah.
and the days you're not there for those 7 weeks, you're doing your homework. You're making your contacts.
You better be.
So what were some of your favorite things that you learned at Bold or that you experienced at Bold?
I love the food.
The food was awful, especially for me.
You like the well, yeah, because you're vegan.
There was a couple times they got the vegan orange chicken.
Yeah, that tasted good,
It
actually.
was good.
I really liked it.
It was very highly processed. I tried to stay away from that, but I ate it and I was a little snoozy afterwards.
Oh, no. No, I would say, well, yes, I
Bold is not known for their food.
like the food. I don't care. All the sweets, all the protein bars they gave us. I'm a fan.
The coffee.
Coffee, Starbucks all the time. Yeah. No, but I would say the biggest thing that I loved actually was learning about the bold laws.
Mm.
Yeah, like in our chat, the biggest one for me was what you focus on expands.
Yes.
Especially because during like when I had gotten into it, I feel like my mindset was very negative. So that just really clicked on me that yeah, if I'm just concentrating on the bad, like that's
Yes.
what's gonna happen. So it kind of sparked that again. And I was like, okay, well, I need to change that. There's a lot of bold laws that
They're all good.
yeah, absolutely. And when I was door knocking, I would listen to those in my head, and I'm like, yeah, this is super helpful. I never realized how helpful they were until I was in those moments. So I would say that was really
What you focus on expands.
yeah.
Yes.
And there's a couple other ones.
My favorite bold law, and there's like what 40 or 50 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
They're all good. I think my favorite one is come from contribution. That's where and that's like kind of ties into vegan realty where we donate back. So that's one of my favorite ones. I always try to tie in like giving back somehow anyways, like with the open house food drive. Just create win-win-wins for all. So that's my favorite bold law. Do you remember, I know it was a few months ago, but was there any big like aha moments or anything that you learned that just kind of blew your mind? So I'll tell you one thing that I learned. I forget the exact numbers, but it was the thing where we went over the lifetime value of one customer. That blew me away.
I know. Yeah.
Yes, because most agents, they don't really follow up with past
Right.
customers or clients.
Yeah.
And they end up using another agent, where the lifetime value of a client in our market, LA, and I think you'd use a conservative number with commissions, like
Yeah.
whatever the commission.
Super low.
Yeah. So if you do it right, follow up with them.
Sorry.
All good.
Okay.
So if you follow up with them, get referrals, all that, it was like almost $500,000, wasn't it? It was like in our market, it was like $475,000.
Yeah, it was insane.
Was the lifetime value of one client, not from the repeat business and referral business that you get from one client if you do treat them right.
That
blew my mind.
Yeah. He was really good at like, pointing out really good research and yeah, no, I mean that one was really
yeah, that blew not just just knowing that blew my mind, but then they taught us ways how to actually achieve that and create systems and follow-up plans and all that in place. So that's why I need to go to Bold. One of many, many reasons. So were there anything that you could recall that just kind of blew your mind?
Yeah. Honestly, I think the biggest thing for me that I took away from Bold was actually reaching out to my sphere. So that's probably the first thing that they tell you to do when you get into real estate. But I was always so hesitant about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did reach out to them at some point. Through text because I'm very passive. So I just saw them and I relied on the fact that, we follow each other on Instagram or we're on Facebook and I have the fact that I'm on real estate everywhere. So, but I never actually like reached out to them to ask for any business. And one of the systems that Coach David taught us was the D2, right? D2. What does it stand for?
No idea.
Okay.
They have a lot of acronyms.
They do.
I think it's like dial. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
I don't know. But basically, you need to be reaching out to a letter in the alphabet that week. So, for instance, like this week, it would be like S and T. You call them and then you text you.
Yeah, everyone in your phone. Yeah. That's an S or T.
Yes. And
then the next week, it's
another letter. Another letter. Yeah. And that really forced me to really actually call them because I'm like, okay, well, this is part of the contact numbers that I have to do. So I loved it because there was a lot of people that I hadn't reached out to, and I'm glad that I did because, yeah, it turns out some of them do want to do something. And I'm like, had I done this a long time ago?
And your friends and family want to support you too.
Yeah.
Always, yeah.
Yeah. So that was the biggest.
Especially following you on Instagram. Who wouldn't want to work with you?
Yeah. But I love the fact that I, became very intentional because of that system. And one of the biggest things that Coach David also taught was how do you how do you become more efficient with your time? So when you're calling these people, especially if you haven't spoken to them in a while, it might take about an hour or so phone call. But he also kind of taught us like, no, you can do it, cut it down just 10 minutes. You want to be talking to at least 10 people per hour. And so that was also another thing that like, oh man, okay, I do need to like cut
Yes.
the fat.
You'd be very intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of great things, but I would say those are some of the biggest things that I caught from.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So wrapping up with Bold.
Yes.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely. Always. Yes.
And would you recommend it?
100%. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. We are bold.
Woo!
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. I totally forgot about that. I know. Whoops. It's been a while.
I love it. All right. So half of being a real estate agent is finding and getting the client. Once you get a client,
Yes.
then what do? I know let's talk about your $4 million client in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
Okay, so I made the jump to Beverly Hills to luxury real estate. And within the first month or so, I was trying to build my business. I had no idea about Beverly Hills and all these neighborhoods, the flats and like Truesdale Estates. Like there's so many little neighborhoods that I had no idea even existed, or Beverly Hills Post Office. I was like, post office? What? So coming over here, I said, okay, well, I've been in the business, so let me just do the basics. Let me just do open houses. And so I ended up getting an open house, my first Beverly Hills open house that I landed. And I wanted to capitalize on this opportunity because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm hosting an open house in Beverly Hills. Holy moly. So I did a video, I like advertised and everything, and I hosted an open house a couple of times. Not many people came. The house had already been sitting on the market for about 3 months or so. I don't know if the agent ever did an open house because it didn't seem like it. He was not in the area. He was not local. He was in Norwalk. So anyways, I hosted an open house on a Saturday, which I don't know, I guess is not very common. Most commonly, Sundays 2 to 5. Completely new to me because in my area from East LA, usually it's 1 to 4, 12 to 4. So yeah, I was kind of getting used to these times and dates or whatever. But yeah, so I hosted an open house on a Saturday. No one came to the open house. And it was super dead. There was no Wi-Fi there. There's no service. I was just there. One person came in, and that was the one family that actually ended up buying the house.
Wow.
So yeah, they were actually neighbors. They were looking for their daughter, and they didn't even know the house was for sale. They were like, "Wait, has this house been up for sale for a while?" I'm like, "Well, it's been 3 months. I'm surprised you didn't even know about it." And they were the ones that I ended up representing, and I was very blessed to represent them on that property.
That is amazing. And open houses work. Absolutely. All you need is one. Yep. They were the one and only family that came that day.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I got them a really nice price reduction.
Oh. Let's go. Negotiate for your clients.
Yeah, I did so much.
That's a good deal.
Absolutely. I even got them some outdoor furniture that they loved included into the sales. So it was a very nice.
Awesome. Remember that lifetime value of what we just talked about.
Especially with a client like this. So I'm like, I got to. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So what were we going to go to next? Oh, is there anything else you want to add?
Oh, we were going to talk about health.
Yes.
Health tip.
Before we get to the health, is there anything I missed? Or is there anything that you want to add? If not, we could just wrap it up with the health tip and the joke off.
I was going to say, I really love the fact that you've niched yourself. Like, I love how creative you got with your business. Honestly, like the whole vegan and vegan realty and how you've just incorporated like contribution.
Awesome.
Business. Honestly, like I think that's great. And I think when you're starting out, because how long have you been in the business?
So I've been in real estate 10 years, but just moved to LA 3 years ago and started vegan realty about 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
so real estate, you're basically starting from scratch if you move to a new market.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. And you've been here like West LA. Yeah. Or where have you been?
Yeah, I've been in West LA like 2 years now.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome. So I was going to say, I think with a lot of new real estate agents, I think sometimes they don't know what to do. If they should niche themselves, like say just luxury or just new construction. But I think it comes over time that like those ideas come to you. I'm sure, I don't know if you started off, thinking I want to have my business be like surrounded by all this. Did it come to you like?
No, so I already started
or-
real estate 10 years ago
Yeah.
before I was even vegan.
Oh, wow.
And back in St. Louis, I didn't really have a niche. Well, that's where I was from. So all my friends and family were there.
Yeah.
So that was most of my business was my SOI. So I didn't really have a niche.
Okay.
But then moving to LA, very competitive market,
Super.
tons of real estate agents. My old broker from St. Louis would actually make a joke about LA. And he would say more people have their real estate license than their driver's license.
Oh my gosh. So true. Yeah. Very, very true. Yeah. And we're also real drivers over here too.
So yeah, we, just new market, and we just wanted to combine our business with our passion, took a gamble. It could have went, really good or really bad, and ended up turning out pretty all right. I'm not mad about it. Yeah.
And how did
I would recommend people just, you can combine your business and passion.
How did that idea even come from though?
So me and my business partner were both vegan, pretty passionate about it. And I was actually really kept trying to get him to go in with me on vegan realty. And he was hesitant just because he's like, oh, we're going to push away only 2% of the population's vegan. So he's like, we're going to push away 98% of the people. And, that would make real estate really hard to be successful.
Right.
And I was like, I don't think we will. Well,
Yeah,
more than half our clients aren't even vegan. So it didn't push anyone away. They don't care that we're vegan. They like us and they like that we donate back to animals.
That's amazing.
But what is cool about it is we actually have clients cold calling us. So we get
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I would love that.
Because the vegan community's very loyal, and if they had the choice, they'd want to support a vegan over a non-vegan. So we closed on a deal a couple months ago from a vegan doctor. He literally Googled vegan realtors.
Wow.
We're the only ones that pop up. We dominate SEO. We've not even paid SEO. We're the
power of niching yourself.
Yeah. And we also have gotten a couple referrals out of people in different cities and states because they Google vegan realtor. And again, there's no one nationwide. There's no vegan realty. So we even get referrals and they're like, hey, I know you're in LA, but do you know anyone here or here or here? And then I just go find them a vegan agent, hook them up. And yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. I love that.
If niching down and combining your business with your passion, I highly, highly recommend doing it. But it has to be real and it has to be authentic. That's not something you could fake. So
I'm going to run and...
The running realtor.
What is it? The runner realtor?
The running realtor. Runner realtor.
Yes. Don't get.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Love that. Maybe I should do that. I love it. So, health tip?
Health tip. Yes. So I tried to end it with if you want to give the people out there just a super simple health tip or health hack that people can implement.
Okay.
What you got?
Join a club.
Yes.
Join a club. It makes it fun. Whatever hobby you have, running, or if you like, doing basketball, tennis, whatever, there's tons of clubs out there and it's fun. And, it'll encourage you to keep going and
I love it.
Stay healthy. So, yeah.
Yes. Join a club, join a community. whatever your passions are, if you join like a run club, it holds you accountable.
Yes.
And keeps you consistent. So I love, and it's just more fun with other people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So have fun and run. There you go.
Do it. Yeah.
All right. Now the final segment is I love corny dad jokes. So we're going to have a joke off. So.
Oh, do you have a joke too?
I have a joke too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We both have a joke.
Okay. I want to hear yours first.
All right. I will go first. So here we go.
Okay.
What did one plate say to the other plate?
What?
Dinner's on me.
Oh my gosh. You're terrible.
No, they're so bad, they're good though. Like, I feel like the worst and cornier, the bad on. Dinner's on me.
Okay, mine's terrible. That one was actually a little bit better.
It was
than mine.
terrible.
Yeah, good terrible.
Okay.
I found mine online. It was, what do you call a pile of cats? Have you heard that one before?
A pile of cats?
Yeah.
No idea.
A mountain.
A mountain.
Yeah.
I love it.
Isn't that cute?
Yes, a mountain.
Mountain.
I love it. I think you won that joke.
Yay!
But also we're gonna let the people decide.
Yeah.
But
I think
I love it.
wins.
That was a good one. A mountain.
Yeah.
That was good.
I
Very
was looking for it and I was in a rush. So I was like, okay, this one's good. I like it.
awesome. Love it. Well, thank you so much. This was a blast.
Yeah.
Time flew. We literally had to stop and repay her car parking.
Yeah.
So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining me.
Yeah. This is
And
my first podcast. So
it's my 5th. So
I love it.
let's go.
Thank you.
Awesome. And we are out. Boom. That was fun.
Yay! It was.
Is this-
1, 2.